Hey guys, this is Ben. Want to do a post-ride debrief after having the General out on the trail yesterday. All in all, we had a great day. Really, the vehicle just performed great. You can see I did rinse it off last night. It's still kind of, don't know if the video picks it up, but it's still covered in spots and whatnot. I didn't really use any soap or scrub it, just a quick rinse. But yeah, I mean, the vehicle really did great. We do have a few little battle scars, like right here. You can see we nicked this guard pretty good, but that's what it's there for. It's there to protect the A-arms and everything. We actually got into a spot pretty tight and had to turn around, and it was really tight. But anyway, again, really performed well. Do have a couple of nagging things. One, the harnesses are fabulous. They did a great job, but when I first looked at it, I thought, well, I don't need a 5-point. I don't need, I'm not worried about sliding down or anything like that. And the kind of riding we did, I mean, the highest degree of difficulty we did was moderate trails. And so there's no risk there, but here's where the 5th point comes in. The 5th point prevents this from riding up. And so I ordered off Amazon a 5th point submarine kit or something like that, whatever you want to call it. It's like $15. And basically it's a hook that slides over right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap it around the retainer bar here. I'm not going to worry about mounting here because the sole purpose of that for me is to keep the lower belt from riding up. So that's one thing. Another is right here, the brake master cylinder. You can probably see the light coming through right there. When you go through, and then also over by the steering shaft, again, you might be able to see some light kind of coming through there. When you go through any moderate puddles, water will surge up through here. And so what happens is your foot is right there on the gas and or the brake, and if you're not wearing any kind of protective footwear, that water is just going to dump right onto your foot. So that is one note. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to get some foam or something and go around this hole and basically seal it up. The part that's actually coming through the hole is not the moving part. You can see there the movement part will not be impacted. So I'm gonna seal this up. On the steering shaft, I don't know that there's much I can really do. I might try just putting some silicone in there and let it kind of bulk up a little bit, but that is what it is, and it doesn't really leak that bad through that hole because of the grommet there. Other notes, we wore our helmets. Helmets did a great job. The intercoms did well. One other thing I am going to do, I took my tablet but I didn't use it. I'm going to get a ram mount, and I'm going to actually mount it to the ceiling or the roof here of right here. And this container, you can see, kind of bad about popping out anyway. It doesn't pop out on the trail, but it pops out with any slight kind of pull anything out of here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to wrap a piece of metal around the back of it, and then there's a metal brace back here where this is mounted to. I'm actually going to use that to secure this, and then also to secure the top of the mount, and then the mount will come up, and basically you have an X right here on the ram mount where I can mount my tablet. So that's another thing I'm going to do. I have not ordered the mount yet. I'll probably order that later today. I did order the submarine kit here. One other thing, you see the wrenches. These are 13 mils. Yesterday we noticed getting in and out of the vehicle, when you close the door, actually takes, you see, if you watch me, move it quite a bit, and then it's really difficult to do that. The vehicle's always done that, and there's been a lot of complaints about Polaris general doors In the 2018 models, they did improve the latching mechanism. It's much stronger, but they still haven't dialed in the handles. Well, I just did it on the passenger door. In fact, I'll walk over here and you can see how easily this opens now. Pops right open. In fact, what drove me to do this was I actually popped the cable off of here last night, and so I needed to pop that. It was an easy fix, just pop it back in. But now it opens right up. So here's the fix. What you do is down here you have a couple of pop out panels. You pop those off. You can actually use a finger, you don't even need a screwdriver. These are 13 mils. Loosen all 4 of these up, and what you're going to do is basically, if the door is like this, you're going to rotate it slightly like this. And what you have to be careful for is this gap right here. When you rotate the door up, this gap is going to close. So you do have to be careful about your alignment, but you do it just right, this will latch perfectly. And you may need to loosen these up. I don't know the size on these, but you may need to loosen these up and slide this out slightly. But when you do that, the door will close perfect. You may get a little tiny bit of vibration. I'm not positive yet. We'll have to test that on the trail. But after you do it, the latching should be much, much cleaner. So that's what I'm getting on the passenger door now that I've done that repair. So that is a great change to make. One other last note is my oil light, my oil indicator light here. What I've noticed is when we're out on the trail, you can kind of see it, may not be able to pick it up on the video, but when you're out on the trail, this seems to glow a little bit. It depends on the angle. I've checked the oil. Oil is at a good level, but what'll happen is the LED, it does have different dimness levels. I'm actually going to email the guy that makes them. I don't think it's a problem. I think we're actually good, but that's one thing I'm going to check. Anyway, just a little bit of a debrief there. Again, all in all, really, really good ride. I highly recommend Windrock Park up in Oliver Springs, Tennessee. One-day pass was $20. I live up in Canton, Georgia. For me, it was just a hair over a 3-hour drive for Lawson and I to go up there. Well worth it. Open 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. You can ride the trails at night as long as you have the permit. So anyway, highly recommend it. We will definitely be going back. In fact, that's probably going to be my primary trail. Anyway, welcome any questions. You are more than welcome to ask, and I want to thank everyone for continuing to watch, subscribe. Really, really appreciate it, and hope you have a great day.